Hello and welcome to Head and Shoulders, where we cover athletes' performances and otherwise that are head and shoulders above the rest. And today we got our first episode, maybe of many, maybe just of one, called Athletics and Chill. I think in the future we're going to start having music or something play in the background. I don't really have that copyright music right now. So with that being said, we're just going to cover some athletes that are pretty much undercover. Like it says, it's Athletics and Chill episode 1, undercover athletes. And what that really just means is that athletes that are really just not covered too much, right? The athletes that people may forget about because they're not on the top of the headlines. And some of these athletes might be in specific countries and whatnot, because we're covering today USA and Jamaica. In the future, we might cover other athletes as well from other countries. But today, we are covering athletes from Jamaica, and the United States. So if you are not from those countries, definitely when it has the comments after the live stream is over, leave a comment below to tell what nation that you represent, and we're going to try to do that. I'm trying to do it where it's the most nations first, and then we're going to have other nations in the background here. But don't forget, remember, like what happened at Prefontaine, what Shelly always says right here. Shelly Ann said this.
Jamaica, should we have expected anything differently?
No, you shouldn't have.
All right. So thank you everybody for coming out today. I know it's a different topic, so it's something experimental that we're doing. So I don't expect too many people to come out, but thank you all for that have come out. Smash the like button, share this with other people so that they can see this. So I got a list of people that I want to cover. I'm going to try to go either male, female, or female, male, back and forth between these individuals. So hopefully this works out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to cover all of them, because I'm going to try as best I can to limit this to an hour. Like, I really got stuff to do, and normal Athletics and Chill might be 2 or 3 hours long, but this one, since this is the first one, I'm going to try to limit this to an hour. So we got about, let's see, it looks like 13 athletes to cover that we're going to do this. So if there's somebody you want to see in the future, definitely mention them. And we're going to try to see if they got to be in the top 10 in your nation or top 50 in their class. That could be, if it's U20, let's try to limit it to top 20, and top 5 in the nation, top 20 in their class. If it's U20 or U18 or something like that. But without further ado, let's get to this. So we got the men's 100 right here that's on the screen. Let me see where my notes are. Here's an honorable mention. I'm going to start with those guys first. The honorable mention, we have Isaiah Young. He's a 31-year-old man that runs the 100. And a lot of people really overlook Isaiah Young. This man, he has created a career. He's got a brand new PR this year, a 989 in the 100. Now, yeah, his resume may not look the best, but he's made the World Championship finals, as you see here on your screen. He was 6th in the World Championship final 200. All right, he was 2nd as part of the World Relays. In 2017, he was 2nd on the 4x200 meter relay, and in 2019, he was 2nd on the 4x100 meter relay at the World Relays hosted in Bahamas. I guess that's the permanent spot because they're not rotating anywhere else. And that's pretty cool that somebody gets to host as a permanent host somewhere. But look, here are his honors. Even he got 8th at the World Championship. So it was 8th and not 6th. So he got 8th in the 200 at the World Championships in London. And once again, like I said, he got 2 silver medals as part of the relay. And he was a national champ in the USA back in 2013, leading up into that. So Isaiah Young has got some pretty good things going for him. Here are his personal bests. We're going to focus on what he did this year. He ran a 989. That was back there earlier in the season in Florida. But this is the thing that I want to highlight with him. Even though he doesn't get the most TV time or anything like that, right? Even though he may not get the most respect when it comes to that. And people were talking about McLaughlin, where she was talking about she didn't get the respect. And she was meaning that from her personal people around her, not the people necessarily outside and the fans and everything, right? She mentioned that it was the personal people around her, and they were just kind of looking at her. She didn't get the response. Even some of, like, she mentioned without saying it as too directly, her own family members. And so that's like a lot of people are struggling with that. Like, remember what I told you all before, that track athletes don't necessarily let their lives show. This is actually a more common that you would think. Even Allyson Felix said it in her interview. She just let people connect with her. So she's let people see her cry on camera, which I kind of feel certain ways about that, but she let people see her cry on camera, which allowed her to be more human, which allows her to connect with the audience a little bit more. And so that actually is a good thing. But here, while people may not respect him for a different way, because look, he's getting here, he's got a first, a second in the final right here. And this is another final, it's just another one. Here's the heat, he got fifth, first, fifth. And he's not really showing up like that. He would have a medal right now, because let's look back in 2016. And like I said, this is the honorable mention here. He will have a medal, but unfortunately, like, you know what happened here, he got DQ'd in this race right here. I believe that was the 100. And then he winded up they let him go to the next one. I don't know why he got DQ'd there, but hey, being there in 2016, the USA just can't catch a break when it comes to getting their relay sticks around on the circuit. I don't know what it is about that, but it's just, that's where it is. So Isaiah Young, he's an honorable mention. Like I said, he's got a brand new PR this year, 31 years old, still hitting PR. So congratulations to him with a 989 and a 100. Let's go back to that list. We're going to cover the women here. Let's go on this other page right here. So what we got here, I think I'm going to cover, let's see, Brittany Anderson in the 100 hurdles from Jamaica. So we covered an American athlete, a male. Now we're going to go over to the female side and cover a Jamaican athlete here. Now, where is the 100 hurdles right here? Now, I think she was in contention. When I look back to it, Brittany Anderson was in contention to a medal. Even see her look right here. She was ranked as the second fastest in the world this year, and that was because of her semifinal heat. And she just showed everybody, hey, look, I'm the one to pay attention to. She got marked right up next to Amusan, and Camacho Quinn was on the other lane next to her. And then this, unfortunately, she kind of tripped over, was it the fourth hurdle? And then after that, it just didn't come together. But here's her resume right here. She got second, even though she matched the American. She got second at the U20 championships in Tampere in 2018. So let's look here at her honors. She got eighth in the Tokyo Olympics, which is unfortunate. And I think she had a chance for a medal. After what she showed in the semifinal, she had a chance to actually come away with a medal. And unfortunately, she tripped. That's what the drama is and excitement is in the hurdles. Because even somebody could be the #1 ranked or anything like that. And if they can't keep their composure, and that's what it looked like, she couldn't keep her composure in the final. She ran unabated in the semifinal. She had the challenge of Amusan on her inside, and then she just couldn't take it. Hit one hurdle, she clipped the hurdle, then her form started to go. She hit another one, she slipped, and then it was all. But she is a U20 silver medalist. They had the exact same time, couldn't even get them from the 100. The U20's World Championships are run different than the Olympics. If this were at the Olympics, I believe both of them would have got the gold, because wasn't it like Veronica Campbell-Brown and somebody else got a silver, shared a silver? It was, remember Shelly Ann Fraser-Price, they had a clean sweep, and then whoever got second and third, they both shared the silver. So if this were the Olympics, it's different. Also, another thing to note, world records sometimes get set, and this is what I'm going to cover with the next Jamaican athlete at the U20 championships, but I think because they don't do drug tests right after, those world records may not be ratified, unfortunately. And that's the thing, I believe, what happens with these. So, anyway, she got a second. And the U18 champion right here. So, obviously, it's a lower hurdle height. Now, let's go over to the men's side again. We're going to do one more honorable mention. Then we're going to get into everything that we need to here. And this is going back to the 100. Because Isaiah Young is a 100, 200 athlete. I forgot to mention that he was a national champion in the 200 with a 1986, if I'm not mistaken. But here, Marvin Bracey. There were some people talking about Marvin Bracey saying his times are fake. Like Bromell ran a 77, and then Bracey ran that 9. That was a new PR too, a 985, and then he wasn't there. Now look, that's what consistency is called. Marvin Bracey isn't necessarily the most consistent athlete, but there is one thing that I can say, that he knows how to make teams. He makes relay teams. Unfortunately, the USA can't put the stick around, or else he would actually have a medal from Rio and some of the world championships in between. But unfortunately, he doesn't have that. So he just has his indoor world championship silver. So here we go. World championship silver, a 60 meters in 6.51 seconds. And this was back in Poland in 2014. Then he got 7th at the next world championships. Got some Diamond League, some Pan American U20, and national indoor championships. He's a 4-time national indoor champion in the 60. All right. And if you're just joining us, smash the like button. Share this with other people. We just coming out here to chill out. You guys say whatever you are going to say in the comment section. We're bringing you different athletes from all over the place in the USA and Jamaica, trying to go back and forth between male and female and just covering different areas. This is an honorable mention athlete, and the reason why it's honorable mention is because it's like you get hit over a certain age. The topic of today is the future is bright, but it's also undercover athletes. That's why I'm mentioning them, because he doesn't get the spotlight like that. And you know what this channel is about, spotlighting athletes that may not necessarily have their spotlight. So here's his personal best. That was set this year, a 985 in the 100. That's the only one that I'll mention because he's a 100-meter specialist, as it seems here. His 200 is just not as strong, but he can definitely make teams. He can do his thing in the 100. Ferdinand says South Africa. Thank you if you're still here. And then D'Angelo said, hey, y'all. What you put in the emoji because it's not that many comments and whatnot. Hey, it's all good. Now we go back over to the women's side. Okay, we're going to go over to, I was going to continue the 100 hurdles, but let's go over and change up the pace here. Let's mention Twanisha Terry back in the women's 100. So we're going to bounce around a little bit. So TeeTee Terry, if she can get it together, understandably, she had a long collegiate season. So some collegiate athletes don't fare as well as other athletes. But hey, look, I think if she can get it together, she had a surprise upset. Caribbean Views TV, what's up? What's up? She had a surprise upset at her during the Tampere 2018 championships when Brianna Williams defeated her. And that was a surprise upset because I don't think she or anybody else, well, maybe the Jamaicans, maybe y'all did, but a lot of people really didn't expect Brianna Williams to come out and defeat her. And she did. But this is what she got behind her. She's 22 years old. Now, I think I forgot to mention the ages of the other athletes, but I think I did. She's the U20 World Championship second silver medalist behind Brianna Williams. She ran an 11:19 at that time. Here are her honors. Let's put that on the screen. She's 4th at the Pan American Games in 2019 and 3rd in the 4x1. So in her all-star event, I'll say that, as the main event, she was 4th here, as you can see here on your screen in the 100. But she was part of the relay squad. They got a bronze in 2019 at the Pan American Games. NCAA champion as part of the relay teams back in 2019 and 2021. Brian Gibson said, she is giving me that Forrest Gump vibe. I hope she stays focused. I'm using, yeah. I use, what? In what way are you getting the Forrest Gump? That's funny. Maybe she does have that. I don't know. I don't want to comment on that. I use Forrest Gump in a specific meaning. Although after I started thinking about it, Forrest Gump could mean multiple things depending on who it is. Now let's go back over after we hear D'Angelo says talk about Sturgis. That may be after, if we have enough time at the end. Because I got a certain amount of athletes I already have down. Sturgis may or may not be an athlete that I have enough time to cover here, but I'm going to keep her as a note. Let me write that down. right now. So let's go back over to the men. So here's our main crew right here. Let me go over to the 800 so that there's some people that are on this channel that like to see the men's 800 and the women's 800. So we're going to honor them with this one. Clayton Murphy. I got him in the thumbnail. I got to mention him because if I got him in the thumbnail and don't mention him at all during this video, that's a slap in the face and clickbait. So Clayton Murphy, 26 years old. He's got a PR of 142.93. Okay, for reference, that's one of the top fastest times ever in the U.S. I think that's the third or fourth fastest time in the U.S. and it's one of the fastest times in the world. If you can break 143, you are legit. If you can run a 143 anything, you are doing in pretty good company. But if you can go into 142s, you got a chance of actually winning everything. So obviously, you see on the screen here, Olympic Games bronze medalist, Pan American gold medalist, 2 Olympic Games finalists back in Rio and in Tokyo, and then World Championship finalists. Now I'm going to talk about this in a second. Now, he is also part of the, he's also an indoor champion in the 1,000 meters in 2017 and 2019 for the USA. And he's the NCAA 1,500 meter champion back in the year of Rio in 2016. And don't forget to smash that like button. They said, Shakardi B mini me. Oh, okay. What, TeeTee Terry? Oh no, TeeTee be trash talking too, but she said in NCAA how we win your track. Oh, okay. Hey, that's good. Hey, look, that's what we need. We need some people back there. Did y'all see how go back to that 100 hurdles race and see how some of the athletes, it looked like they was like twerking or something up there. Some of the ladies were twerking back in that thing. They were having a whole field day. I mean, hey, they were having fun back in that back in 2018 in Tampere. But watch the lead up, the introductions. Like the athletes are having some stuff, so that's good. So I don't know if she gonna have the Forrest Gump like that. I use Forrest Gump in a little bit different way, but yeah, we could say Shakardi B mini me here. But yeah, let's get back on Clayton Murphy. So he's a bronze medalist from Rio. That's a great job for him. I give him a congratulations like that. The USA has a hard time of getting things done in the 800. So he's got it. Especially he doesn't get that much attention. Yeah, he's gotten some attention this year because he shows up at the national championships. So he's a 3 times national champ in 2016, 2018, and 2021. So he shows up at the national championships, but he doesn't know how to put it together, unfortunately, during some of the regular meets during the year. Like, he's good at the national championships, and he's sometimes good at the world stage, but he may be suffering from I'll put it like an esophageal syndrome. He's not the world record holder. He's not the fastest, to be sure. Yeah. But if he can do the national championships here, and then he winds up doing worse than some of the other guys that he beat at the national championships, then I call it the esophageal syndrome. So he finished 9th in Tokyo. So still a good job that he made the Olympic final. But I really expected more from him. But something, the way he was looking, even in the first round, on the first heat, I saw it and I said, nope, it didn't look like he could medal. And it was unfortunate. And then he's had 2 races after that where he's gotten 5th place. So hopefully he can hold on for the rest of the season. But I think he's got a good future if he can somehow get his fitness together, because this man knows how to, if he can time his kick correctly, he can smack up the rest of the freaking field. But he doesn't time it correctly every single time. Sometimes he lets the field go too far ahead. Sometimes it's just too far back and everything. Unfortunately, he just doesn't do his timing. And Bridget Kosgei, or Kosgei, I think I pronounced it, or is it Kosgei? She said, I'm so glad you're discussing Murphy. He's very talented, but his problem is his race strategy. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying here. The man just doesn't get his strategy correctly. But he's part of the future of the USA. And so I think that if he can fix that, he's got it. He's a 142 athlete. He's got that right there. He's right up there in the league of Donovan Brazier, although Donovan Brazier's on the lower end of 142, and he's on there on the higher end. Yeah, Murphy's kick is monstrous. And that's why I said I'm mentioning him here, because he doesn't really get the respect that he needs And I think it's because his race strategy during the regular season meets, he just kind of shows up at the championships and he's like fourth, fifth, third, something like that, back there in the back of the pack during the regular ones. But the championships, like in Rio, he can go ahead and get himself a medal. He just messed up his strategy this year, unfortunately. I think he was a little bit burnt out. That's what I think will happen, because he looked tired even in the first round. And that could have been because the American squad with their jet lag thing. So let me move on to the next person. Let's go back over to the women. Let's go to, hold on. Let's go to Nugent real quick. I had somebody else, but let's go to Nugent. Akira Nugent. So we're going to go back over to the 100 hurdles. Where is she at? Where is she at? Right here. We're going back over the 100 hurdles. Now we had some people that joined us. They said, wait a minute, somebody's talking about an 800 runner? Rage quit. And then I'm like, okay. But yeah, so here we go. Let's see. Where is, wait a minute. Am I missing Nugent here? Where is she on this list? Farther and farther down. All right, I might have to type in her name or something like that. Actually, let me go to here. Let's go to the U20 level. Where is that at? Oh, I'm looking at senior. So let me go to U20, because I know she's definitely ranked up there. There we go. So Akira Nugent. It said Brian Gibson said, if you're a 142 guy, run a 142 race, regardless of how the race is going. Run your race and don't care about what the others are doing. Exactly. He just doesn't do it. He just, for some reason, the man just don't up with him. So here we go with Nugent, though. And if I'm going too fast through the athletes, let me know, because this is supposed to be athletics and chill. So if you want some more time to spend on the athlete, I can give them at least 5 minutes each, because I do have 13 athletes to cover. But I was kind of blazing through the first few. So if you guys want me to slow it down a little bit, because I understand you guys, I think, are 20 seconds behind what I'm doing here. Oh, for some reason my screen is too far up. Let's do this. Let's do this, increase this screen here. All right, so here's Akira Nugent. Obviously, let me read off what I got for her notes anyway. As you can see, 19 years old, from Jamaica, U20 champ, and I could have sworn she would have had the U20 world record or something like that, but maybe not. Maybe I could be incorrect here. Maybe I'm incorrect. The U20 world record is 1275. That's what I got in my notes. So she's just off of the U20 world record. But guess what? She is the U20 world champion back in Nairobi. And that just happened a few days ago. Today is the 27th, not even a week ago at the time of this recording. South Croy said you could slow it down a bit. Yes. All right, for sure. So with that, look, I think Akira is going to be a danger. Y'all already know what she did younger. And I don't know why they don't have her when she was 16. Didn't she go up and do... Why did they not have her when she was 16? Let me look at the major championships. Do they have that marked here? DQ. Oh, is that what happened? Wait a minute. Why did they get DQ'd there? Was somebody doing like a drug cheat thing? She got 2 DQs. Or is this a double listing? So I could have sworn she did something big she's the U18 world record holder, if I'm not mistaken. Because I thought I had that under my notes. So let's go over here. Oh, and by the way, let's mention this. Rojas, Fraser Price, obviously they won and they did their thing in Lausanne. We got to mention that. We got to mention the other meets here too. And also that the Olympic throwers, hey, for the American contingency here, Ryan Krauser and Valerie Allman, you know, the gold medalist from Rio. Not Rio, I'm sorry. Krauser is a double Olympic gold medalist from Rio and now here. So he defended his title. And then Allman is from Tokyo. But yeah, they are in a big shot put meet. This is one of those ones at the Continental Gold Tour. They got one here at the Croatian capital. Now, this one is big. It's going to be on September 13th through the 14th. We do got about 20 people subscribed to me that do follow Shot Put. So for you 20 people, when you guys see this video, this is for that. If you want to see a fantastic Shot Put meet, go to the Ivan Ivanchik Memorial where they have that Continental Gold Tour on September 13th and the 14th, because they gonna be doing some crazy stuff at this meet. You already know that they looking to do that. So just this is for you guys that are following Shot Put. But Fraser Price, Rojas, they're showing their class just like it says here. The world record holder Rojas in the triple jump, she's coming and showing her freaking wings right now, and that is crazy and amazing. But like I said, let me go look at something up for Nugent. They said they broke the world. Oh, wait a minute. South Croy said they broke the world record in the 4x400, but it says DQ'd right here. I don't know why it says DQ. And then it said Fraser Price won't be running at the next Diamond League citing fatigue. Yeah, I covered that on the last post there. She said she won't. I look at it more like she finally beat back her rival, and so she's just like, yo, I got you, Elaine Thompson here, and I'm out. So here go the records right here. Let me look at this. The U18 world best. We're looking at women's outdoor. If I'm not mistaken, Nugent should be up here. Yes, she does. It's a 12, and obviously it's a lower height, 1289. I'm surprised that they don't have that as their honors, but I think it's because it's a world best. But this is all that we got to cover for all of these athletes. They don't be getting the coverage. Like, you don't see Nugent, especially outside of Jamaica. She does have that mini documentary is 10 minutes long, but that was back when she was a 16-year-old. This is 3 years later, and we aren't hearing anything too much from her. So I did want to cover Nugent here. Why am I not seeing her now? Let me go back forward. So she's your world U20 champion right here. Kambuji, unfortunately, as a quick note, she tripped over the hurdle. It would have been nice to see her be able to challenge her, but she couldn't handle the pressure. That's what it looked like. Clipped the hurdle, and then she was out. It was a really ugly fall in a plant. But congratulations to Akira Nugent as your world U20 champion. She's going to be one to look out for because she's been a blazing speed for years. She's been one of the fastest U18 people, U18 athletes back there with Shakardi B. Y'all didn't know that one maybe. But then she switched over, of course, to doing the 100 hurdles, which is her all-star event. So let's go. Let's move on. Back to the men. Back to the men. So we're going to go down to, let me see, the 200. 4x100. Yeah. All right. So now I got Kenny Bednarek. Yeah, some of you might be saying, yeah, he's getting some shine and stuff. Well, he doesn't really get any shine. And the reason being is because he's just now having a breakthrough season, right? Well, he had some time before that, but this 22-year-old, he's getting it together. Obviously, he's still pretty young. And when so people are saying, oh, Forrest Gump over there, she's 21 or something. Look, you got people just a year older, a year younger, that's on the men's and women's side, and they're holding their form. They ain't got to be all, ratchet or whatever and do all these publicity stunts and whatnot for attention. They out here, they putting in their work, and some of them are a little bit too humble. But look, the man is an Olympic silver medalist. So I'm going to give him his shine right there as being an Olympic silver medalist against a 0.5 headwind. A 1968 is what he ran. Here's his personal best right here. 1968 against a negative 0.5 headwind. That is fantastic. Now, looking at his honors, obviously, silver medal there. He's got a couple of Diamond League wins this year, which is actually pretty good. Now, his previous Diamond League that just happened in Lausanne, this right here doesn't count because he had an illegal tailwind. So he didn't have a new PR, but it's an illegal tailwind, but still, fantastic by him. He pulled away from Fred Curley, and I think him showing this, he might actually have an ability in the 400 that maybe people aren't tapping, or it's just he got really good speed endurance. And with that speed endurance, I think he's going to be a danger as he gets older. Maybe Arian Knighton is going to be the one that's like the Usain Bolt, but if somebody's going to be there for the silver medal, if somebody's going to be there if Knighton falls off or something like that to challenge DeGrasse and to challenge other people, this man is going to be there. Like he's got all of the talent. He's got the package. He's got the build. He's got the. I haven't really seen him have too much of a bad race this year. He's a pretty good runner, but now he has developed his ability to pull away, and that's what we saw at this Lausanne meet. I haven't seen him do something like that, even with other athletes in the field with him. He just has he runs, to me, it appears that he runs pretty evenly. But this one, he actually had his last 40, 50 meters where he just started pulling away, and he pulled away from Curly. And I'm like, wow, that's a 400-meter specialist that, moved down to the 1 and the 2. So you would think Curly would be able to, close in on him, but no, it went the other way around. So let's move back over to the women here. All right. We're going to go over to the one and only Megan Tapper. So, the Megan Tapper, let's go back over to the senior women's 100 hurdles. And you know what she did. She put in the work. And you know what? She's got a personality with her. Megan Tapper got a personality. Let me start marking off people so I won't forget who I mentioned, because I'm starting to get that here. Did I already mention Brittany Anderson? Yes, I did. Let me go over my list here. Yep. Let me mark off Murphy, TeeTee Terry. All right, let's go. And so, Megan Tapper, look, 27 years old. Man, she's 5'1" and a firecracker. I mean, she was going out there, she was doing her poses and everything at Tokyo. They said, Bednarek has been great this year, super consistent. Let me see. How far are you guys? Let me see. Is it more than that? Let me put on this timer and see how the screen moves in the background compared to when I see it move on the recording and everything. And I think it is about 30 seconds and whatnot. So this will be very interesting to see that. Oh, okay. It's about 10 seconds back. You guys are about 10 seconds back. They said Megan Tapper is a joy to watch and hear. Look. Man, this, you know what? If I had to have somebody as a personal friend, I'm like, look, I love me some goofy people and some people that got the personality. That's why I liked, oh my goodness, why am I forgetting the name out of Colombia? Oh my goodness, the triple jumper. Oh, she's been one of the best, and she's the Rio gold medalist. Gosh darn it, why am I forgetting her name? And she was just not on it this year because she was injured. But look, I love me some goofy personalities and everything like that. She coming up here, she's showing out. Look, again, Olympic Games bronze medalist, Pan Am Games bronze medalist, and of course, you already know, as a bronze medalist, she made the Olympic finals. Now, she's an 11.75 100-meter athlete. If she's able to translate that, I think she's faster than that at this point, because that was back in 2016. I think she's much faster than that because she's able to translate that to a 12.53, and I think that she's definitely got more ability to come in the future. I think she can get down into the 12 threes. I think she got the ability to get down in the 12 threes. She's got a couple of years left for her. But look, like I said, Olympic Games bronze medalist, and she came in and she did something under pressure. That's the thing that Brittany Anderson just couldn't do at the time. Obviously, Anderson's got a lot more years in front of her, but Tapper was able to handle the pressure, faced her. And I think that was because she already situation in the Pan American Games back in 2019. Sometimes it takes you, and I didn't even realize, the Commonwealth Games, she finished 7th. So sometimes it takes you going to championships over and over, the NCAC, U23 championships, in order to get that, the concentration. And I think that's something that Asafa Powell should have done. He should have went to every single championship, shouldn't have looked at it as beneath him until he got into that pressurized situation where he's expected to perform, so he wouldn't have had that mental block that happened to him after that false starts that happened so many times during his race. But here, Megan Tapper at 5'1", she is a freaking machine. She is a freaking machine. They said, can you imagine if your girl Forrest Gump had Megan Tapper's personality? The world would be her oyster. Yes, the world would. I think that ain't gonna happen though, but I think it would. So congratulations, Megan Tapper, like I said, for the bronze medal. Let's go over to the next ones. So like I said, once I finish up with these, Let's see who we got. Oh my goodness. We're moving over to the men's 400. We're moving over to the men's 400. We're gonna cover an American here. And then we got, I think I might have covered the main stock Jamaicans that I have, and then I have Americans to cover here. And then anybody else that you guys want me to cover after that, because I got a few more. Looks like I'm running a little bit fast today. So if you guys have me, if you want me to cover somebody after I finish these next 5 athletes, then yeah, sure, I will do that. So we're going to go over to Randolph Ross. Now, my man, Randolph Ross got the same time as Steven Gardner. Let me cover his good stuff first. Let's cover the good in what he's done this year. Randolph Ross, let's put his picture up here. He's the guy on the right. Unfortunately, his face. You know what? This is weird. Why on a Randolph Ross profile we got a Michael Norman? We already hear this guy stuffed down our throat freaking time. Like, no disrespect to Michael Norman. And I don't have him mentioned on my list because he's been overly covered. And so even if somebody's a little bit better or somebody could be world ranked #1 like Randolph Ross is, he's not really getting the same type of coverage. Yeah, sure, NCAA champion and everything. But yeah, why on a page with Randolph Ross we got a Michael Norman and Randolph Ross is the one cut off? What? I'm blown. World Athletics, fix this stuff. Like, fix this. Like, this is a disgrace. But anyway, we got, if I would have known this, I would have actually had a picture already loaded up of them to show them, because I want to show people's faces. Hold on, let me change up this screen a little. Oh, I can't do it over there, so let me change up this screen so you guys at least can see this. So Randolph Ross, here we go. He's got a 43.85 PR that he ran at the NCAA championships, where he placed first. He's part of the 4x4 and 4x4 team that won at NCAAs. He was third at the USA National Trials. So that was pretty good. And get this. All right, let me put this screen back to where it should be. And get this. He's 20 years old. He's 20 years old. He's got a bright future in front of him. He's one of the most talented athletes that I've seen. They said, now, if you talk about Ross, you talk about Trevor Stewart, too. Let me put down Trevor Stewart. All right. I got to put down Trevor Stewart. If I got time, I'm going to cover him. Let's see. Trevor Stewart. All right, look. He's one of the most talented 400 athletes that I've seen. Unfortunately, he's one of the guys that, suffer from the NCAA season. But I think we didn't even get to see him suffer from it because the man did this. And his interview was kind of embarrassing. I was embarrassed for him. If he looks back at this in the future, he might just look at it and say, what? Let me look at the results here at Tokyo. I keep wanting to say Rio. I think it's because Rio stuck out more. It had a crowd and Tokyo didn't. That's why I want to keep saying Rio. But look, he got out in 4th place with a 45.67, and he even admitted that he missed time. He was trying to hold back. And I mean, the guy took a big fat L, and he was just like, yeah, I don't know. I just went out. Man, look, go listen to his interview. I forgot exactly what he said, but he kind of sounded somewhat like that. He was just like, oh no. They said Rand L. Come on, man. You call him Rand L? Oh my goodness. You funny. Rand L. That's going to be his nickname until he can get it together. But look, this 20-year-old, I'm glad he actually made it through and he didn't smoke himself out of the making it through to the next round. I mean, at least he went to Tokyo, but he pulled the Sharika Jackson. The Sharika No Jackson. Both of them did a blunder. He held back so much, he didn't realize that the other guy cut him off, and he just nipped him out of the next round because he was holding back. Obviously, he could have been tired. You're trying to conserve as much energy as possible to get to the next round. It's his first time there. So he's just like, hey, I'm going to do what I did at the NCAAs. I'm going to just do what's necessary. But he forgot. Yeah. It said Randolph Ross pulled a Sharika Jackson, or is it the other way around? Anyway, he misjudged his run. You know what? Randolph Ross went first, but I'm still going to call it pulling a Sharika Jackson because Sharika Jackson was kind of up there in the running for, she might actually have a chance to beating Elaine Thompson-Herah at some point in the past, and it would have been nice to see both of them in the final. So I'm going to call it Sharika Jackson because that was a little bit more disappointing than Randolph Ross. Ross being #1 ranked in the world, but I knew he had the NCAAs behind him in so many races. So yeah, they said, what's the time of the Paris races in the USA? No clue. You got to check the local times on World Athletics website. Matter of fact, here you go. Here's the World Athletics. Oh, I already got this pulled up. The U20 World Records with Bianca Knight as the indoor champion. Here we go. Here it is. It says Wanda League in Paris. How to watch it. Let's click this since we're here. And so go to the front page. It's going to show you. It says where to watch and then the territories. All right. I don't want to distract from the from that here, but definitely go to the first page of worldathletics.org, not .com, but .org, and then it's going to be the first load up. They said a bit of inexperience. Yeah. Unfortunately for him, but you know what? Congratulations still. You made it to Tokyo. You had a long season. You know what? You're 20 years old. Come back for the World Championships next year. Show them how it's done. All right? Show them how it's done, Ross. And don't pull another, I guess it's going to be a Randall. Maybe we call it the Randall. But I'm going to call it the No Action Jackson or something on this. But this was crazy. Now, who's my next athlete that we covering here? So let me mark him off. Oh, you know what? I did cover her on the last one, but I'm going to cover her again. Just because Flowtack been watching my videos. They've been watching these videos as they, you know, they copyright strike me and stuff, and they be crawling up on this. So they're going to be watching this one too. And then a couple of days later, they're going to do it again. This is the second time, from my understanding, that somebody has indicated for me that after I did it, they posted. Let's see what happens. They posted Tiana Daniels a day or two after I posted her up. I didn't use her name in the title. So of course, and then they got way more subscribers than I do. So of course they're gonna have a larger audience. People aren't realizing Flowtack is taking notes. Flowtack is taking notes after their blunder. They didn't messed up this year. On a whole bunch of stuff, especially Team USA. So here we go. Tiana Daniels, I'm gonna go through her a little bit faster. They said Jermaine Forrester, Sharika had to be sacrificed. She had to run the heats of the 4x1 and the finals of the both relays. Even for her strength, she needed a break. Yeah. They said, did you see Allison Felix Paris press conference? Yeah, I did. I mentioned that earlier in here, and I might mention it again later. Let me put that down as a note. Allison Felix press conference. Let me put this down on note. So if we got some time, we got this. All right, we got this. So, like I said, in the future, I might actually play some music in the background. I'm working with some people now to produce some songs, some original songs, and some original beats. So we might have some songs and some beats that go around to this to the YouTube channel. Right now, we ain't got nothing. But when it's gonna be Athletics and Chill, we gonna have the whole thing. I actually on Athletics and Chill, I might actually show my face sometime in the future, maybe on episode 100 or something. But you know what? That might be something. We had a light show going on. Everybody get the drinks, the popcorn. Maybe y'all smoking y'all ganja. I don't smoke myself, but maybe y'all doing it on y'all side. We just out here chilling, you know. But here we go. Tiana Daniels, 24 years old. Obviously, she made the finals in both Doha and Tokyo in the 100. That's her stronger event, way stronger than the 200. I'm glad that she don't be trying to do nothing in the 200 because, yeah, she ain't going to do anything in it. But she got silver and bronze medals. Here it is right here. The Olympic Games silver medalists. Obviously, these are coming from 4x1s. And then World Championship bronze medalists. But this is the thing. Now she's just as fast as Dina Asher-Smith. I might have a face-off video, a head-to-head with her and Dina Asher-Smith. They said it's a Cardi B music. Something like that. I actually made a song completely as if I was one of the I made one as if I was one of the athletes rapping there. I've done, like I said in the last video, I've ghostwritten for people, so I'm not gonna perform these things myself. But anyway, but yeah, it was kind of funny. I just like freestyle on the top of my head. You know, us brown people, we just know how to put words together, whether they sound like ABC rhymes or something good, or ABC rhyming something bad. But so she's just as fast as Dina Asher-Smith. So I want to have a race off between both of them. This will be good to have a video to compare Asher-Smith and Tiana Daniels now. But I think Asher-Smith is probably still going to get the win. But it'd be cool to still look at that because, yeah. They said Sharika Jackson. They said, Let me read these comments. They said if it wasn't the 4x1, Jamaica would not have made. If she wasn't in the 4x1, JA would not have made the final. Oh, Jackson would have not made the final. Oh yeah, if she wasn't in the 4x1, yeah. They said Caribbean views. I didn't see. Oh, Caribbean views. I didn't see it. What was the takeaway? Sharika Jackson give me the impression of don't mess with me, big sister. Don't mess with my big sister of Elaine and Shelly Ann. Anyone opposing those two would be severely dealt with by Sharika. Compared to Jamaica's American future track athletes are not really that exciting. Some of them are. Some of them, you know. But anyway, let's go. Let me go here. They said, did you see the NCAA final? Yes, Jamaica is good, but don't count out the U.S. See, yeah, exactly. Steve Patrick is right. The NCAA finals showed a lot of talent with Sturgis. You got Terry, Tamara Clark. You got a whole bunch of athletes. And some of those athletes, I had to pick and choose because I only got a certain amount of time, and I'm trying to cover just a certain athletes. So with that being said, here. 1083 100. She's been a national champion in 2019, obviously. We covered on the last one. And bronze in 2015 in the 4x1. And gold in the 4x1. Oh, bronze at the World. Wait a minute. Is this the World Youth? Let me look at this again. My notes are very confusing here. The Pan Am U20. That's what it was. She's a bronze in the 100 and a 4x1 gold. So let me go back here. I've covered her before, so let me mark her off my list. Where's the next man that we're covering? Oh, we're sticking to the men's 400. So we're gonna go to the next men's 400 right here. It's gonna be another American. We're gonna go to Michael Cherry. Obviously, he's been up there. This is the easy ones to cover because they're there. But the reason why I cover them is because the man is 26 years old. And look at his resume right here. This is obviously the USA just spits out and produces 400-meter athletes, whether they can make it individually or if they make it on the relays. Like the 400 is kind of like how Jamaica can like, oh yeah, you know what? Y'all can just take this athlete here in the 100. We got enough talent. Here's a 100 hurdler to Great Britain. Here's somebody else that goes here and runs there. Like, okay, and Kenya does in the distance races. The USA can send out 400 runners for days and potentially 200 runners as well. And just be like, yo, we got dime a dozen. Yeah, sure, they might take a Jamaican here with Sonia Richards-Ross, but there'll be a lot of other athletes that can still step up to the plate in the 400 on the men's and women's side. They said Daniels is really likable too by our interview. Yeah, Michael Cherry outperformed. Yes, Michael Cherry. This is what I wanted to mention here. So, Michael Cherry, with him being in only 26 years old, obviously older than Norman, he was second at the USA Nationals. Here it is. Here's his resume. So you guys are looking at the same thing I'm looking at my notes. You guys are looking at it on the screen. I'm looking at it on my notes. 4x4 champion, obviously as part of that 4x4 relay. Really, they were so close to getting that world record. I'm like, gosh, dang it. If only one of them just decided not to run, or a couple of them decided not to run at the heats. If it was going to wind up being the way it was, they should have just not ran the heats. But hey, you know what? It is what it is. Fourth in the 400 at Tokyo. If only he would have just had a little bit more in him. But he got his PR at Tokyo, so 44.21. So, I mean, if you're not going to get a medal, you gotta at least get a PR, right? He's got a new PR, which is right here, a 44.21. So I give him a congratulations for that. He also made London 2017, Doha 2019 4x4, and he's part of the mixed 4x4 relay world record. So I mean, he's got a world record behind him. He had a chance, which he still does in the future. He's running so well in the 400 and getting new PRs. If he can go sub 43 and they could keep the form that they had this year and improve upon it, right? Or sub 44, excuse me. Then they might have the world record. You guys, they're so close to the world record in the 4x4 on the women's side and the men's side. So, I mean, if Allison Felix can keep her form this year and slightly improve a thing, Mo, and then obviously Muhammad and everything like that, and McLaughlin, or they find somebody else that may be faster than any one of them on the team, or two, then this is going to be a crazy next year when it comes to Eugene. Watch out for that. I'm calling it right now that they can, if they can improve upon that, world records, both of them could be going down on the men's and women's 4x4. And they said, so are we going to admit Norman is a choker? Yeah, man, go back to my videos earlier. I said he would get third at best. And he would struggle to do that if he even medaled. And I said he might, if he overperformed my expectations, get silver. But I mean, I did not see it with Michael Norman this entire year, especially because he did this. Mr. Norman. All right, let me put his picture up here. This is going to be a little bit side here. I know he gets a lot of coverage, but I'm going to cover him with this one. Unfortunately, you on Randolph Ross's picture, man. Why they put you up there? Like, that's bogus. So, I'm going to need y'all to realize that Michael Norman, when he said, do you think you should follow in the footsteps of, was it Maurice Green? And then they mentioned some other 400 athletes before him, right? Just the greats of the U.S. He said, no. I don't care anything he said after that. I don't care what he said after that. After that, I'm like, he doesn't have the mindset. He does not have the mindset of, I'm going to win this. Yeah, I feel the need to do this. He said he didn't feel the need to stand up to the greatness of the 400 athletes and some of the 200 and 100 athletes before him. He said no. That's what either, I forgot if it was Otto Bolton or was it John Lewis that asked him. I believe it was John Lewis interview. If I can find it, I'll play that for you guys. But once he said that, I'm just like, wait a minute. What? You were supposed to be one of the top 400 athletes in the U.S. and you don't feel the need to stand up to the greats or anything? That's not even humble. That's called, man, that's called something else. I'm not even going to mention it. But anyway, back to Michael Cherry. That guy's there. Oh, yeah, thank you guys. South Croy and Sean Atkinson. Thank you. Smash the like button. My moderators are doing a great job. Basically, I guess you're unofficially trialing it out right now, even though we didn't do the emailing thing yet. So this is the trialing out. This is counting 1 of 10. We're gonna do 10 video trials for these for everybody here. So with that being said, they said at this point even Mboma could beat Norman. They said USA taking some of Jamaica's athletes. Yeah. So yes, Mboma looking better than Norman right now. I don't know what's going on with the man. So I gave him too much attention in this video. It should be about other people that aren't getting attention. So let's go to our final 2 athletes that we got, and then we're gonna start mentioning other athletes outside of here. Like I said, today's a chill day. I didn't expect that many people to come, especially because I started the video later. I know when I start this video, I'm competing against I think it's 3 or 4 other YouTube streams that go on. I don't really watch the other ones, but I got a buddy of mine. He watches all of them and he keeps track of them. And then I'm just like, look, I close my ears to it. I don't care. I'm trying to do my own lane thing here. I probably should care more. I don't know. I probably should care more. Maybe I could take some notes myself. I could just show my face. That's what it is. But here's our last female athlete that we're covering, Javion Oliver. So I have her in the clip, in the thumbnail. So it would be right. It will only be right for me to cover Oliver. And then of course we could cover Clark and other athletes as well too if we got some time. But where is Oliver? Right here. So she may not be one of the, fastest athletes or something, but guess what? Guess what? You know what she knows how to do? All right, hold on. Let me go here in her results. Although she did not make it to the final, which I didn't think any American would make the final. I got to take the buzzer on that one. I didn't think any American would make the final. TeeTee Daniels pleasantly surprised me. I literally said that. I got to call out when I'm wrong too. I didn't think any American would make the final. Oliver didn't make the final, but guess what? She made the team and she made it through to the next round. And she at least knows how to make a team. She knows how to do the team so that she could go on the 4x1, which placed silver at the Tokyo Olympics. So she made it to the semis in the Tokyo Olympics and everything. Steve Patrick, they said he is a perfect example of NCAA athletes that underperforms on a big stage. Exactly. So this is what we talk about, quick note, with Michael Norman. Forrest Gump, or the people that are new here, we call Shakardi B. Richardson Forrest Gump here. So Forrest Gump is potentially like another one of those athletes. There are athletes that are fast all the time, dime a dozen in several events, and they get she's just hyped to all proportions because this is a social media age, and she got 2.4 million followers on Instagram and everything. But don't get it mistaken, athletes flop all the time. Michael Norman might prove to be somebody that can never get a gold medal when it comes to the Olympics or anything like that, or never get a medal at the Olympics in an individual 400. But it is. We don't know. Well, all we know is his evidence and his ranking and stuff, everything now. So back on topic with Oliver. Look, here's a personal best. Javion Oliver, 1096. Her strongest event is the 100. We got a lot of 100-meter athletes. Let's look at her 60-meter. She's got a 702, which I believe she was the national indoor champ. Let me go to the honors just to confirm that. I got that in my notes here. Yes. So she was the national indoor USA champ with a 7.02. She's going to have to improve that a little bit in order to get her. I think that she's going to have to get into the 6.9s in order to be, in order to be a real contender in a 100, in all honesty. Because she's got some good closing speed, but she's just way totally too slow. And sometimes she actually gets out pretty good. She's got a decent closing speed, and I think she's got a future ahead of her. I mean, look at her. She's 26 years old. I mean, pleasing athlete all around on the track. I don't really have a bit negative to say. She's just got to get faster. That's what it is. She's got decent form. Her form can still use some work, staying upright and everything, getting her knees up higher. And I think that is what she could work on. But hey, hopefully her coaches are going to work on that and she continues to go. And I hope that she can break into the 10.8s pretty soon, because that'll help with the USA 4x1, which they got silver, and 41.48. So that's Javion Oliver, and I think that she should at least be respected for that. Fireheart said Oliver starts really well, and then South Croy said Forrest Gump still funny. Yeah, that's her name for now. She's acting like I use Forrest Gump not from her intelligence level, which I think some people thought I was talking about. I was using it for Forrest Gump. Remember, he was like running a marathon, whatever. He was running super far in there, and I did it from the aspect of she's running so slow. But then I realized it can be both or even more than that. So yeah, they said Oliver's start isn't the problem. Look at USA trials. She got out, but she has no finish. Yeah, that's why I said she has exactly. She stormed out on Richardson at the USA trials finals. Yeah, unfortunately, I forgot. Actually, due to what happened with Richardson, she's actually the national champ for the USA this year. I forgot. She is the national champ at the USA because Richardson was DQ'd for smoking up her race, so she wouldn't get smoked at Tokyo, because we know what happened at Prefontaine. No different than what would have happened in Tokyo. I am convinced of that now. She had extra weeks to train, no excuses, because that's all she does is lob excuses all day. I'm tired. It's getting old at this point. So excuses in, excuses out. She did it in 2019, excuses. 2020 was excuses, and now she got 2021 excuses. She's just an excuse maker. And then when she wins, she going to say, I told y'all all along, like I ain't never made an excuse. All right. So Oliver is the national USA champion, and she's the rightful national USA champion, because if you can't do it legally, your mark doesn't count. Just like Marion Jones, that 10.75 she ran when she stormed away on everybody and nobody else could break 11 seconds. That was actually kind of funny. No lie. That doesn't count because she got DQ'd for being a drug cheat. They said exactly. She stormed out of Richardson at USA trials, and I think that changed Richardson's race pattern because she should have run faster than 10.8. Richardson was stuck in the blocks. Now, those are all. Oh, wait a minute. I got one last athlete to cover. One last athlete. We're actually going to the 100 and 200. Let me see on the I think he's ranked higher. Nope, he's ranked. He should be ranked higher in his 200. So let's go here. The 200. Okay, can you guys guess who I'm about to talk about? Who do you think I'm going to talk about? It is a collegiate athlete. He's a USA collegiate athlete. He runs both the 100 and the 200. If you guys can get that, I will send you dollars right now. You guys get one guess, and I'm going to start the timer for 1 minute. I'm going to give you guys 1 minute to guess who the athlete is. I'm going to send you $20 right now. It's going to be in cryptocurrency. So you're going to have to form a wallet address or whatever. So here we go. Fambule, incorrect. He runs for, oh, shoot. Fireheart got it. Fireheart got it. Oh, my goodness. Well, I got to send you $20. Fambule runs for Liberia. Yeah. Fireheart said it first, so he got the prize. Man, I barely started 5 seconds. The man got it. Nope, I see it on my screen. D'Angelo, you said it after him. I see it. I'm gonna screenshot it just so you guys can know that. So I'm screenshotting. It was Fireheart first, and then it was then it was D'Angelo. So maybe, okay, maybe y'all typed it at the same time. You know, y'all leaned at the line. He got it a couple hundredths of a second before you. All right, I'll put it that way. Either that or y'all both got to split $10. But anyway, so I'm gonna send Fireheart. If you, he said Fireheart is a girl. Okay, I'm a girl. LMAO. I don't know anything about crypto though. All right, so I'll do it like this. Shoot me an email. All right, shoot me an email. They said I'm gonna show you on Discord. I showed it first. My man, I'm gonna show you the screenshot on. She said give it to D'Angelo. It's okay. Nah, come on, Fireheart, you won. You the one that won. D'Angelo is really anal about stuff. You won the prize. You won the prize. But okay, if Fireheart really wants to give it to D'Angelo, because D'Angelo over here complaining, man. D'Angelo, you be going ham on people. But I am covering Terrence Laird right here. I said Lard, I think, by accident. But Terrence Laird. We're going to settle this a little bit later. So it's between D'Angelo and Fireheart, okay? Now, this man, 100, 200, NCAA champion in the 100-meter dash. Let me put his picture on the screen a little bit more. So he's the NCAA champion in the 4x1 and the 100-meter dash this year. 6th at the USA Nationals in the 200. I think he focuses more on the 200. He's a little bit better in the 200. He's got a 19.81 200-meter dash PR. He's got a 10.05 100. So obviously his 200 is a little bit better. And he's got a 9.8 100, but the win was a plus 3.2. So it wasn't legal. But Terrence Laird, I think this guy's one to look out for. But I hope that he can pan out because, like we say, it's very competitive in track and field. It's only 3 athletes that can be making these individual events, and then it's obviously the relays. But I hope he pans out, that he can stay competitive, even on years that he may or may not make the finals, that he can come back and he can still run fast throughout the years. And I hope that his faster times are at the championships and everything like that, because this man, he puts out so far this year. He has been putting out his progression. You can see that he's improving from a 10.42 down to a 10.05. And then obviously during the same year in 2018, 20.41, well, yeah, 20.41 down to a 1981. So if this man can keep on improving, right, and then he can potentially even break into the I think he's probably a lot faster than that, but he doesn't have to really worry about it. But if he runs a couple of 400s and helps his speed endurance, yeah. The bottom fell out of his season after NCAAs. Yeah, he definitely is one of the athletes that kind of suffered from the NCAA. I call it the NCAA disease at this point, the collegiate disease, particularly in the USA. It doesn't happen as much to Jamaican athletes that stay and compete at home, and it doesn't happen to some European athletes that stay there, but the NCAAs is just a lot more competitive. So being as competitive as it is, just like USA athletes, sometimes these athletes burn out, and then they peak, and they peak, and they peak, and then dang. They said, D'Angelo, very nice gesture. Fireheart, she said, I don't like the NCAA schedule. All the sprint event finals are the same. Not the Gail Devers lean. I had the Gail Devers lean, so I was. Oh my goodness, D'Angelo, you funny as heck. Okay, so here it is. So the man, he did really fall off. Here's his 1982, and he really hasn't shown the form except here it is at the NCAA finals. He got second right there in the 200. So I don't know why they don't mention that on his honors. I guess sometimes when the athlete just finishes first, they try to not mention that, which is unfortunate because he did wind up doing the 1, the 2, and the 4x1. I forgot about that against the headwind too. So he got second. Didn't Fambule win the NCAA 200 outdoor? I actually cannot remember. I believe he did with his classic start off really slow and then finish like a rocket. I believe he just nipped him at the line. If I'm not mistaken. So if memory is serving me correct, because I thought Laird would win, and then he just didn't have it anymore. Just a week and a half later, 2 weeks later, he just did not have it anymore. But hey, look, he's had a long season, indoor, outdoor, and everything, and so rest up, come back next year for the World Championships, and I like to see Laird do his thing. They say NCAA does for collegiates what Champs does for Jamaican juniors. Oh yeah, very tough on the athletes. Merlene's still traumatized, legend has it. I know, she was so traumatized she went to a different country. She was like, middle finger to Jamaica, maybe I could go somewhere else and do better. And then she had a longer career, but yeah. They said that's why a thing is so special. She got gold and American record after NCAAs. Yeah, man, that was just crazy. I think it's a little bit. I gotta say this. I think it's a slightly harder as a short sprinter than it is for a long sprinter. But then she's also a middle distance athlete. But they did save her after she did that. She didn't even run any more 800s. It's like they saved her or whatever. But it still does pounding on your legs and all that training. So. But I think it's got to be a little bit harder. Look at all of these 200s that you're doing, because the damage that it does on your system as a sprinter, and this is me coming from as a distance athlete. I just look at the facts. The damage that it does to your body running the 100 all out is way different than if you ran a 400, right? And then it's the same. It's a little bit different than running the 8. Now the 8 is very taxing on your body. You got an increase of injury compared to some of the other events, but I would say maybe the 100 and 800 are probably very similar as far as 100 is to the sprints, the 800 is to the middle distance to distance races. I'll give it that way. But yeah, a thing is very special, and she's one of the athletes that can actually handle that. And then Brian Gibson said Fambule had Laird looking like he was on a treadmill in the 200 fight of the way he reeled a bit. Oh my goodness. If I can, you know what? It's been a while since that. I wonder if I can do it. I might just do a private Patreon or a private Discord Zoom of that. Because it's a lot of races I want to cover and analyze here. Like, y'all know I be throwing out jokes, right? Just imagine the jokes I could throw out when I'm watching races like this one. Because this one right here, I got a lot to say about how Fambule came out there. Like, I remember what I was saying live when it was happening. And Fambule just looked like a refrigerator. He's like a refrigerator when he starts. A giant refrigerator turtle or something like that. And then he just comes like a freight train. And I think that's accurate. He had him looking like a treadmill. They said, would love to see a thing attempt a 4 800-meter double. Yeah, I would too. Fireheart said. Yeah, she doing that in 2022, I think D'Angelo said. Fireheart said, sprinting all out causes muscle tears. That's why I understand Shelly Ann Fraser Price pulling from Paris after just running a personal best. Yeah. And so, look, I got a lot to say about some of these. So now I covered all the athletes here. So, okay, now someone said Trevor Stewart. So let me cover Trevor Stewart. As I said, I promised that I was going to do that. So we're going to do Trevor Stewart. Got to do your boy Trevor Stewart. Oh, dang, I spelled his name wrong. Oh, there we go. They did that. Obviously, I'm glad it's not another Trevor Stewart. Now, look, Trevor Stewart right here, because they said if I covered what's his face, I got to cover Trevor Stewart. All right. Hey, you know, this guy can run. 24 years old, Olympic bronze medalist. which obviously mean, you know, it's kind of weird when they list them as an Olympic Games finalist when they got a bronze medalist. I think that's like unnecessary. We know you made the finals if you got a bronze medal, but hey, it is what it is. They said Sturgis. They already told me before. The 400-800 double is really tough. Don't know if I've seen it done. I think somebody has done the 400 hurdle or the 400-800 double. I think it was a Kenyan athlete. The schedule won't allow Mo a 400-800 double. Yeah, and we seen her limit right now. But it'd be very interesting when she doesn't have as many races throughout the year what she can handle. But hey, look. What the heck just happened in my fish tank? Something just weird just happened. But anyway, so here we go. Here go Trevor Stewart. Look at this man. 44-25. Right? Now, he did that back in the year of the Doha. Of course. The year of the Doha. That's what we calling it. I call them by the year of the whatever championships there. They said Stewart got gold in the 4x4 and bronze in the mixed 4x4. Now, wait a minute. Wait. We talking about NCAAs though. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. So, the man winded up being NCAA champion in the 4x400 meter relay this year. And you know what? I think people was really just underestimating the Aggies. Like, they were really underestimating the Aggies. And the man just outperformed. I'm looking forward to him as he goes on in his career because he pulled off some amazing stuff. I'll put it that way. Let me bring up his results this year because let me look at his 400 because he's a stronger 400 athlete than he is at the 200. Now, wait a minute. Am I looking? Yeah, this is the outdoor. So, yeah, barely missed making the team right here in the final of the Olympic trials. But I think if he gets another year, I think next year it's going to be tough to beat Randolph Ross because Randolph Ross, obviously, NCAA champion, and he's going to be coming back and everything. But he's going to have the NCAAs behind him. Unless Ross went pro or something like that, I don't think he did. And right now, it seems unnecessary to go pro because they allow sponsors in the NCAAs. Guess they like making you look super. Wait a minute. Oh, super accomplished. Yeah, to put the both of those up there. It's the same when they say personal best and national record. Of course, the national record is a personal best. Yeah, exactly. Trevor needs to lead. I know. Yes, he does need to lean, but I don't think his lean would have helped him at the USA trials. He was a little bit too far back for that. But I think if he comes back next year, he gets his focus back. He could get his same training, stay with his coach, stay with his collegiate coach. If they allow that, look, the man is going to be hard to beat. And he had one heck of a leg in that 4x4. I'm trying to remember his split. Does anybody remember his split? It was like him and it was some other guy. People were like, man, this looked like a Super Saiyan nerd or something like that. It was like him and some other guy. But look, Trevor Stewart, amazing. I say that he's going to be one to look out for in the 400 in the future. But here, the mixed 4x400 meter relay. I am actually surprised that we got a bronze medal, but I think it was due to the women on the squad. It was one woman and one guy. Who was the other guy on our mixed 4x400 meter relay? It was so random. And of course, it would be hard for Lena Irby to get back on in that final because of what happened in the other one. Like, when you do something like that, it's hard for you to do that. And I would have expected Lena Irby to have made that final. Had they had Irby there, we wouldn't have lost some of the ground there. He wouldn't have had to make up what he had to make up. But look, getting third, congratulations, NCAA champion. They were counting you guys out. They were counting you guys out at the NCAA championships. We got a HBCU that represented there and everything like that. So that is fantastic. And Trevor Stewart, I do look out for him in the future. Thank you for bringing it up. I forgot who brought up Trevor Stewart, but I actually am going to do a video specifically on him. So thank you for bringing it up because I did have a lot to say about him, but I want to try to save that for his video because I remember I followed him during this season and he's been a joy to watch. Actually, he's been a joy to watch. So And I hope he comes back next year strong. Anybody else to cover? Let me see. Vernon Norwood. I think Ross split. Oh, Vernon Norwood. Yeah, there we go. I said he need to leave, not lean. Wait a minute. What? Oh, they said he needs to leave the NCAAs. Oh yeah. Look, you know what? I'm actually eligible to run the NCAAs. And I'm older than that guy. So I'm eligible to run the NCAAs. But yeah. But because of technicalities and stuff that happen. So, hey, look, if I want to run the NCAAs, occasionally you see some guys in the 1500, they be like in their 30s. And they come up there and they do their thing. And they medal. And they become NCAA All-American. I wonder how the athletes feel. Do they just like trash talk them on behind the scenes or to each other, say, oh, this 31-year-old, he's taking our medal spot. Like, I don't know. But there were a lot of 43 splits at the Olympics in the 4x4 heats and finals. And then, wait a minute, where are we at? Hold on. Let me catch up to these comments. They said Ross needs to mature with the tactics and he will be fine. He is too blasé with this approach. Yeah, exactly. That's what I think too. Brian Gibson is right. And then Vernon Norwood, that's the guy that did that. Let me take down a note there. Because Vernon Norwood did one heck of a freaking finish at the NCAAs, if I'm not mistaken. He needs to leave North Carolina A&T. Man, okay. They said 30-year-olds can do NCAAs. That ain't right. Yeah. College is adults. That's all it is. As long as you're eligible, there is no age limit. They said LMAO, that's bullying. Hey, look, if you, for example, what if you served in the military and then you came back because you served in the military, you want to go back to college or something, and then, well, something happened, a war broke out, you come back, you just happen to be older now. And so you, as long as you can compete, you definitely see it at the Division III. They got older athletes all over the place because they're going for their academics and then they happen to run. Now, when it comes to Division I and Division II, it's a little bit harder to get those athletes to qualify. But yeah, I definitely do notice when they have like a 30-year-old or something like that, or somebody in their higher 20s. You see it on the women's side as well. So sometimes they don't point out the ages of the athletes, but sometimes they do. And so yeah, is the NCAAs a junior competition or is it for all athletes in America? The championship champs in Jamaica is for high schools. The NCAAs stands for National Collegiate Athletics Association. So it's just a general championship, not a junior one. You could be 100 and go to the NCAAs. As long as you have your clearinghouse eligibility, then you can compete for up to, well, technically, if you redshirt, you would compete up to 5 seasons. So, yeah. So let me go. All right, D'Angelo about the bag. Sturgis. Let's go to Cambria Sturgis with her wind-assisted time, and then she kind of blew up. Now, A&T was doing some stuff here. Wait a minute. Who is this running next to her? Is that? No. Wait a minute. Huh. No, that can't be Dang. No. Who is this right next to her? Is that Daniels? Am I not recognizing her? That doesn't look like her, but I could be wrong. I'm trying to look at her butt area because I can't recognize from her shoulders or her stomach or this tattoo right here. But I think that is Daniels. Oh well. That's what I thought. It was Daniels. But at this weird angle, I'm like, I know her from the front profile and a rear end. Hey, look, I'm a dude. I know her from a rear end. But I couldn't recognize this tattoo right here, and I believe she did have an arm tattoo, and I think that is Daniels. They said, okay, I get it now. All right, so anyway, focusing on what we should be focusing on, the times, not these rear ends back here. But anyway, so she got the wind-assisted 1074. Man, Sturgis reminds me of Veronica Campbell-Brown. If somebody had the ugly form and could run fast, this is the athlete that could do it. Veronica Campbell-Brown, her lower body, her legs, what was going on? Like, what was going on with her? Here comes her reincarnation, except it's her upper body instead. Her arms flailing all over the place, and she just able to pull it out. And so people were saying she was random. So let me just go here where she's placing pretty high up And even at the indoors, she's doing pretty decent in the 60. Although let's look at the 100. So people are like, wait a minute, what's happening with her 100? Now, I think that what she did in her 100 was a little bit random too. Just a little bit. Because she peaked like crazy. Let's look at her progression. Here's 100. I mean, she went from an 11-17, then 2 years later. But it kind of matches up with this year. If only they said Veronica Campbell Brown just got knocked knee. Yeah, Texas Longhorns female athletes are muscular. Oh yeah, that is true. They kind of, they got the bull as their mascot, so it makes sense. They got the bull as their mascot. So look, she kind of had a random. If that was only slightly, if that was just a 2.0 instead of a 2.2 or something like that, look, she probably would have had a 1070 8 or 1070 whatever it is. Oh my goodness, with my fish are doing something crazy in the background. They just pooping out and the other one is eating it. I'm like, what the heck? I'm getting distracted. Now, if she would have had that, I don't know if she's a consistent enough person for me to rely on her, in all honesty. I need to see more from her. Yeah, sure, she had that one good race, but I don't know if she's reliable. Even when I saw that, I looked at all of her performances. I immediately looked at that and said, I could have never called this. I would have never been able to call it. I would have said maybe she got third, but I wouldn't have been able to call her winning. I don't have her as a reliable pick at all. I will have her as a reliable pick at all. So I gotta just say that if she can keep improving, sure. Oh, by the way, if you guys are new here, smash the like button, share with other people. Definitely, this is just Athletics and Chill. We just out here casually talking about different athletes. If you want me to cover an athlete, just bring them up in the comment section. We're going to cover the athletes. I'm going to try to cover as many athletes as I know. And surprisingly, I know more athletes than I thought I did. Because when you guys are bringing up the names, I'm like, oh yeah, I know this athlete. I know this one. And everything like that. But, so, yeah, I want to see how she does next year. I don't have too much to say about her because when I looked at her, I did see her indoor. Like I said, she's kind of shaped. Look at her torso right here. Look, she's got no torso. Look at this. Very short and diminutive. Not just with her legs and stuff, but her torso. Like I said, she's shaped like a pill and stuff. I don't mean it like in a super negative way. I'm just calling it like I see it. She reminds me of a pill, and then that's what she's shaped like. So, unfortunately, I know people gonna take it out of context. How dare you call her a pill? I'm like, look, she's fast, all right? We got Pocket Rocket and everything over there. We got Forrest Gump running and everything. We got all types of people out there. Brianna Williams. Let's try to cover athletes that are less talked about on the mainstream. Because Brianna Williams gets a lot of shine. It's kind of like Sydney McLaughlin. Sydney McLaughlin gets a lot of shine. If we don't have anybody else as an alternative, if somebody doesn't bring her up, I will cover Brianna Williams though. But she kind of gets a lot of shine, even in the U.S. So that's the thing of part of the reason why I'm just like, that's why I covered the athletes that I did so far, because they don't really get too much shine at all. Sturgis had like a tiny bit of shine, and then that was because she randomly winded up winning. Micah Williams. All right. All right. I'll go there. Let me see. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Clark. Yep. No Brianna over Micah Williams. Men's 4x1. Here we go. Why do I not see... Wait a minute. Why doesn't he have his own... He doesn't have his own page. All right. Let me see this. Hold on. Let me look on the men's side. In the 100. They say, am I only covering track athletes? No, I can cover field events. I can cover whoever. Just go to the top 10 list for men's 100. That ain't happening. He's not in the top 10. I know my top 10. Yeah, that's what I thought. He wasn't in the top 10. So here he is. I don't know why he didn't have his own page here. So now here's one of your they said kind of want her to change her coach, Brianna. I mean, need her with Walcott because she's similar to Shelly or Francis, but Brianna lives in the U.S., so it won't happen. Man, look, I'm surprised y'all ain't calling Brianna no names for living in the U.S., born in the U.S., and coming to represent Jamaica. She ain't no Usain Bolt that said, I want to stay in Jamaica. I ain't going nowhere. So, all right, all jokes aside. But anyway, so Michael Williams, 19 years old. I got to look here for a second because I remember him from the U20 championships, and that's all. So I'm going to have to look over his results with you guys here too. So it looks like he got the gold as part of the relay team. I remember him anchoring in that 4x1. Let me look at his results this year. Oh, that's what it is. USA Air Force. That's why I have not seen him as much. He was one of the Air Force athletes. Why do I not remember him from the NCAAs at all? Hold on. Why am I forgetting about him? Huh. Wow. I forgot about him myself. That is very interesting, and I remember watching this race. So, there goes the, oh, he lost form. Micah could have won the NCAA 100. He lost form when Laird come up. Do you have predictions for Paris? Yeah, in a second. I could cover that afterward. So, yeah, you know what? I don't know why I can't remember that. You know, I want to, you know what? Thank you for bringing him up. I'm going to do a video on Micah Williams. This is for my own. I think he's probably one to watch. He's very young. He's got some speed to him. Let me look at his PRs right here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's got some definite speed to him. And I vaguely remember the race. You know what? I remember Laird's 200 more than I remember the 100, in all honesty. I remember him winning the 100, but I remember Fambule. Fambule just got the memory of my head in the... So, Trevor Stewart, Fambule, and Fambule Laird in the 200. And then Sturgis are the biggest memories that I got from the NCAAs that overshadowed everything else. Oh, yeah. And then, of course, I got a shout out to a couple of people that's on those NCAA teams that I can recall. But I'm going to do that on a bigger stream when we got a few hundred people in here. This is a smaller stream. So I'm going to shout out to those athletes there. Because I did have that interview for the NCAA athlete, but I just never posted it because it was so dry. It was just like, all right, so this. And then she responded and she matched my energy. And then I said, okay, this is even more dry than how I'm sounding now. It's just, yeah. Predictions for Paris. What do I think about Candace Hill comeback? Candace Hill, that's another athlete. See, this is what we talk about. All these athletes that might not do anything after they done stood out at the lower levels. And that just happens. This is why we need a team-based event. You know why? Because if you have a team-based event, you still got athletes to rely on. And those athletes have a place to go. Yeah, they may not perform well, but it'll be like a Derrick Rose went to the Chicago Bulls and then he got injured a lot. He kept pulling his ACL and he kept performing or whatever, but then he transferred to another team and then started beating the bricks off of people. He was a big talent, went to Chicago, kept getting injured. Obviously, had to be the coaching. And then he went to another team. Coaching is different. He didn't get injured. Well, there he is. He let us. A Navia battle, right? That's another athlete. So hold on. All right, I think I'm running low on time. So list out athletes. I think I'll cover them on the next. So Tamara Clark. I'm going to cover her on the next one. Let me see. I think Elaine. Oh, yeah. So my prediction for Paris in the women's 100 at the very least. Let me do that. So I think Elaine just jogs. I would just jog. Not even because she's tired, because she don't have to do anything fast. At this point, Shelly Ann Fraser Price is out. Sharika Jackson, they're in the same camp. If it's between her and Jackson, I'm just like, look, Jackson, go out there and jog. But of course, she might get out on her. Elaine Thompson here ain't got to worry about Shericka Jackson's closing speed at all. She got faster closing speed. So if she gets out slow and they're like right next to each other, all she's got to do is 1 or 2 steps up and do the booster pack, and she wins. And then Candace Hill is back. She smoked the field at the American Track League. I remember her doing some kind of post online. Manavia got 4th at the USA Trials in the 200. Yep. So let me look at the. Let me see if Candace Hill is even ranked up here. Candace Hill. All right. So here's one of the other athletes. If anybody knows, and this is not to, I guess, dox her or anything, but this is an athlete. I've been trying to get Simone Mason of LSU to get her butt on this freaking channel for an interview. Can somebody send her this section at 90 minutes and 57 seconds in here and tell her we trying to get her on for an interview? This woman right here, she gonna be one to look out for. If we gotta cover somebody right here. Now, she didn't have the best season toward the end. I think she winded up getting hurt, if I'm not mistaken. I'm over here and we talking, and I'm like, yo, come here. And then she was like, yes, I'm gonna do the interview. Yeah, so I can expose her to more people. So I'm gonna just force this one on her. Look, you guys, look at her. Simone Mason. Look, I remember meeting her back at the World Youth Championship Trials in the USA back in 2015. And then, like I said, it's a lot of athletes that I know that are in the 20s to the mid 20s, about 25, 26, that I know because I've met and I talked to here and there. Now, I haven't talked to her in a while. I just said, yo, I ain't talked to you in a while. Let me get you here. Now, I think she was eligible to go to, and she put herself on that ranking to go to the USA Trials, but she didn't, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, that she got hurt. And then she wasn't able to break 11 seconds. But she gonna be coming back this next year. They opened up the sponsors this year for NCAAs. I've been trying to get her name exposed so she could get some freaking sponsors. Now, I think she do got a local restaurant sponsor now. So, but I need her to get on this channel so that she can get her face out there. Because some of y'all don't know what she looked like, and some of y'all do. They said she got 3rd, so she ran at the Olympics. Anavia got 3rd. Yeah, they said Simone Mason, I actually like her. Yeah, so look, Simone Mason, if somebody sent you this video and you listen to this part right here, or I'm gonna send it to you myself. Listen to this right now. Get your brown skin butt on this channel and do an interview. Right? Get your butt on this channel so we could do an interview and a profile. Because I was trying to get her to do her commentary. I wanted to get a couple of athletes. Same thing with Asia Brown. I just couldn't reach her or her family. You know, Asia Brown, let's cover another athlete that I think she stopped. This is overtime now, like I said. Athletic and chill. But let me show you guys Asia Brown. Now, she's an Illinois athlete like myself. And she's got herself a good medal. Asia Brown. Let me see if this is going to be the correct one. Come on. Not Sonny Brown. We ain't looking for Sonny Brown this time around. So hold on. Charleston, Illinois. What's up with this profile just doing this incorrect? Oh, they ain't got a picture of Asia Brown? Hold up just a second. Let me bring y'all up Simone Mason and everything. And Asia Brown. And then this is gonna be the last thing that we gonna have here. So let me pull them up on the screen. And then anybody else y'all want me to cover, I'm gonna take the notes for the next video. I know we got a couple of people leaving and stuff. They like, who is these people? We don't care nothing about them. And then here we go. Asia Brown, USA track and field. There we go. Then we got to get our Simone Mason up in here so y'all can see what she looks like. Like I said, I want to give the athletes exposure. That's what this is. I think Micah should have run first too. Yeah. So once again, give me all the names of the athletes that you guys want me to cover. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle them in. This might be every Friday, or we might move this to Monday mornings. But I want something chill on a Friday evening, you know? Oh yeah, who are we looking for? Simone Mason. There we go. There we go. Simone Mason. They got her Instagram and everything and whatnot. I don't know. But we just going to bring up the Google pictures. Since I'm not going to download the thing right now. We just going to bring up the Google pictures right here. Hold up. All right. They said instead of Trayvon. Well, yeah. Wait a minute. This ain't freaking Asia Brown. This is her younger sister. Wait a minute. Am I thinking of the wrong? Wait a minute. No, Aaliyah Brown. That's who I'm thinking of. That's why the times are slower. What the heck? I'm thinking of her sister and herself. It's Aaliyah Brown. Do y'all know who Aaliyah Brown is? Yep. Do y'all know who Aaliyah Brown is? Ouch. There we go. Because her and her sister are pretty dang good. There we go. Maybe they have a picture for Aaliyah Brown if I search her here. I'm almost finished with this. Sorry about this, guys, with the black screen. Y'all over here like, what is going on? Some of y'all are like, what is going on? Kiara Grant is another up-and-coming Jamaican. All right, let's look up Kiara Grant. I got a lot of names to look up here. Aaliyah Brown Muhammad. I don't think that's the one I'm looking for. Yes, this is Aaliyah Brown. There we go. Now, if y'all don't know, Aaliyah Brown, she wound up running with Allison Felix. So let me take this back off the screen. Boom. So here's the Google search results. I know we going a little bit unconventional today, but here we go. Here is, if we can zoom in a little bit, or we do this, Aaliyah Brown ran for Texas, A&M. There she is right there, a big star. I don't know why. I think she just stopped running. Tried to talk to her. I probably should have contacted her dad to try to get her on here, actually. But here she is passing off to Allison Felix. So, you know she's legitimate. They said, oh yeah, oblique. There we go. Thank you. That is another one. So yeah, he's South Croy said never heard of her. Shame on me. So yeah, she winded up. She's one of the athletes that people are like, here, look, she's 26 years old. I don't know what happened. She's got the world championship gold. All right. So obviously this is the here we go, the 4x1. She was handing it off to Allison Felix. Something else happened. I think they winded up getting some kind of DQ on another relay that they were in, if I'm not mistaken, on what she was on. But obviously she's fast enough to be on a 4x1. They said, not sure. Maybe I know the face. But go back to the final. She's going to be the lead-off leg for the Americans, if I am not mistaken. And then here's Michael Williams' profile. Now here's Simone Mason over here. Obviously, she went to the World Championships as well. This was back in Cali, Colombia. So this is where I met all of the athletes that we are knowing today. You see Lyles and all of them. They all competed at Cali, Colombia. Any of the athletes that you see for the USA that's doing pretty well right now, most of them came there. Sydney McLaughlin, the Lyles, obviously Mason is here. They got different levels of skill sets that they're on, right? But a lot of these athletes were back there. And then I think she went to the 2018 championships. She didn't do too hot in her own events, but then she came and made it back up when they came back. And I believe, didn't the USA get gold in the 4x4? Obviously, we produced 400 runners up the yang. So she did pretty well there. There's her younger, but this is her running for LSU. So I'm going to put oblique on the list. So on the next list, Tamara Clark, Simone Mason, Kavana Davis, Favor Ofili, Kimba Nelson. All right. Ofili is Nigerian. So if we got a Nigerian contingency, then we might cover that one, which I think we do. I should really just reach out to all the people. I haven't told anybody except for 2 people I personally know, and then one of my sisters found this channel, that about what I'm doing. So I'm just letting this thing grow organically. Because if I do, like a third of this channel would have been Nigerian from the go, and then another good portion of it would have been from Ethiopia, Ghana, and everything like that. That's what the channel would have been if I just blasted it out. Because there's a lot of people that support things that I've done in cryptocurrencies and stuff like that. I just haven't blasted out in my network. I wanted this to grow organically as it is. But what are those people? But yeah, these are the people here. Obviously, if I could blow it up for you, let me blow this up, and then I think that'll be this might be the end right here. Oh, what the heck is going on right here? Oh, wait a minute. I could blow it up a different way. I forgot. I can zoom into the pictures. So here's Simone Mason. That is your athlete right there, Simone Mason. We're going to try to get her on for an interview. Hopefully she will come on for an interview if we can get her. I would have liked to get Corey Carter on myself. I remember a lot of these athletes, they're pretty responsive on their on themselves. And then of course here's Aaliyah Brown. Let me see if I can get a more clear picture of her. But like I said, go back to the 4x1 in 2017 in London, and then you're gonna see her starting off the 4x1 for the USA. And she's definitely a great athlete in her own right. We're gonna go over her profile real quick. Personal best here, 11:01 back in 2017. And I really just don't know what happened to stop running. Let me go to the results. Last time she ran was 2019. Yeah, 2019. What happened? What happened? Did she get injured? Drake. Oh yeah, that year she was not running too hot at all. I'm gonna ask her. I'm gonna have to try to get her and ask her. I might have to just reach out to her dad. I'll try to reach her sister. But hopefully we can get her on. I would love to have her. Oh, you guys can't see the screen. I forgot. What the heck am I doing? Let me fit the screen here. So yeah, here you guys right here. There are her times: 11:01, 22:76. So she's pretty fair. I mean, not that fast in the 200 compared to her 100. So she's just barely over 11 seconds. But I like to have her on for an interview and then some commentary. Like if she could be a co-host or something like that, it'd be nice to have somebody else on here, especially if we have a female on here doing some good things. And then, no, that's Micah. I'm like, wait a minute, who's over here? What lady is over here running a 9.9 something? Running a 9.9. So yeah, anyway, Isaiah Jewett. Okay, I got the notes for you guys. Brandon Miller. Oh, one more thing. This weekend, for you guys that are here, I do the morning chat. I just came back to my main cryptocurrency group. Obviously, those clients, I charge about $5,000 per client that's in there. You guys could have I'm going to do a public cryptocurrency thing. So anybody that's here that's interested in that, it's going to be open to the public probably for the first 30 minutes to an hour. So I'm going to be here on doing the track and field, and then I'm going to go into a Zoom call, and I'm going to drop the link for the people that are on YouTube on that Zoom call, and then I'm going to be letting you guys in on that for the first 30 minutes to about an hour if you guys are interested in that. But that's going to be on Sunday morning, because every Sunday I normally do a Zoom call. Those things last about 4 hours. I always say, yeah, this is going to be 60 minutes long, and then they last 4 hours. So I'm good for like, yeah, we're just going to cover this. And then people, they're like, yeah, I learned more from you than I've learned taking these entire academies for a year, 2 years, or something like that. So obviously they're paying a lot of money, so they're going to get a lot of value. So you guys are going to be able to hear some of that. Obviously, I'm not expecting any of you to come in to like do that. That's just here. I sometimes open it up to the public. Not anything too super deep that the people inside would know. But if you guys are interested in learning about cryptocurrencies, definitely join us out on the weekend, because we're going to be talking about money, and that's what we do on this channel. So if you guys are interested in making money, if you guys are interested about those things in general, definitely let me know. And then you guys join us on Sunday. And obviously, don't forget Paris. Parchment is coming through. Duplantis, obviously, they didn't have good events at all in Paris. What they wound up doing was not too good. Parchment finished last in the 110 hurdles. And then Duplantis finished 5th in the pole vault. So they both didn't do too hot in that. So they're coming to probably do a lot better. Hopefully do a lot better. Yeah, the 9-8 split is a running split. I'm talking about the open 9-9. I'm not talking about a split now. So yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for coming out. Definitely smash the like button on the way out. Thank you everybody that has supported via PayPal and Cash App and cryptocurrencies. It looks like we didn't have a cryptocurrency donation today, but definitely for the PayPal and Cash App. Shout out to you guys, and thank you for supporting this channel, because I do get myself demonetized for some of the jokes that I say here. So I do appreciate people that do donate and help the channel out, because hey, look, I'm just gonna say my stuff anyway. Demonetized or not demonetized, this is gonna be pretty good. Allison versus Polino. Yeah, that's gonna be very interesting. I almost think that Allison's gonna get a butt kicked. Her 200 kind of showed some stuff, and Polino Marilidi has only lost one race, and she's typically on fire. But she might pull a Lane Thompson here and finish in second this one. So catch you guys later. I appreciate it. Smash the like button on the way out. Later, Brian. Later, Fireheart, D'Angelo, South Croy, and everybody else that has been in here. The likes are free.